Hello, welcome to today's 15-minute fitness class. Everything we're doing today is going to require free weights, and all of it is going to be upper body, and we will be standing up for all of it. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with a warm-up. Just take your arms. You're going to swing them out, give yourself some hugs. Think about like slapping yourself on the back or hugging yourself. But when you bring your arms out this way, you're going to take them as wide as you can. So you feel that stretch right here through your pecs. And then I like to switch which arm is on top and which is on bottom to give that arm a little bit bigger of a stretch. Good. Now we're going to do big arm circles going forward. I like to alternate the arms. You can do them both together, but either way works.
You see what the temperature is out now?
Keep going, guys.
Yeah, 23. I didn't realize it had dropped that much already. So what, we at 30 at one point? Well, maybe that might have.
All right, there we go. All right, now let's take them across the body. You're going to reach across as far as you can. Again, think about reaching really far so you can feel that stretch right here through that shoulder. If you're trying to reach for something, but you can't move your feet, you can't quite get there. Good, now we're going to reach overhead so you feel the stretch through here. Again, up and over, as high and over as much as you can. Three, two, one. Good. Now we're gonna do some big shoulder shrugs or big shoulder rolls, I should say. So we're gonna roll them up and backward, up and backward. Good. Now you're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna roll them back first, up and forward. Do it the opposite way. Good. Let's do one more. Very good. All right, we are ready to get started. We have 5 moves that we will run through 2 times. We will do each one for 40 seconds, and then you'll get a 20-second rest in between. You can always make those rests longer or shorter, and then we will stretch out at the end. So again, you're gonna need your free weights for all of our moves today. Our first one is just a regular bicep curl. So you're just gonna curl those weights up to your shoulders. Join me when you're ready. 40 seconds. When you're doing these bicep curls, you want to make for sure that this, from your elbow up to your shoulder, doesn't move. The only thing that's moving is right here at the elbow, and it's just your lower arm that's moving up. So we're not swinging them, let's say like this. But imagine that your elbows are super glued into your sides. They're not allowed to move anywhere but right there. That's just going to make for sure that you're only using your biceps for this move. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Our next move is an overhead tricep extension. You can do this with 1 weight, or you can do it with 2. You're going to take your arm straight up, bend those elbows, and lower it behind your head. And then send it straight up. Bend those elbows, lower it behind your head. Join me when you are ready. Again, I want you to think about in between your elbows and your shoulders. Those are not moving. The only thing that's moving, you're bending at the elbows and your forearms, that area from your wrists to your elbows, that's what moves. Just bending at the elbows. Keep those elbows tucked into the ears. We have about 10 seconds left. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right. Next up is shoulder press, or you could think of these as field goals. You're gonna start with your elbows in a straight line as if you are a field goal, palms are facing out, and then you're going to push up to the top and then lower back down till those elbows are level again. Join me when you're ready. 40 seconds here on these shoulder presses. Your palms stay forward the whole time. And bring those elbows down just until they are in line with each other to make a straight line across. We're about halfway through. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good. Our next move is called a bent over row. You're gonna hinge at the hips, bend those knees just slightly, just so you're at a little bit of an angle, so you can dangle those weights down. Then you're gonna row up the weights towards your armpits and then send them back down. Row them up towards the armpits, send them back down. You can join me when you're ready. When you row up, you're gonna keep those elbows tucked in. Think about there being a tennis ball in between your shoulder blades. You have to keep that tennis ball there when you're up here so it doesn't fall down. That will help you keep those elbows tucked in. But otherwise, row those weights in towards the armpits. You have about 10 seconds left. Hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knees. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1, stop. The last move before we repeat, we're gonna be in that same position, slight bend in the knees, hinge the hips. I'm probably gonna hit my wall here, so I'll do one side. A lat fly. You have a slight bend in your elbow. You're gonna fly it out to the side and lower it back down. Fly it out to the side, lower it back down. I'm gonna turn so I don't hit my wall. 40 seconds, ready, and begin. This is gonna be working those muscles like by the shoulder blades, up behind the neck, those shoulders. Keep a slight bend in your elbows as we do these. And again, hinge at the hips, soft bend in the knee. About 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, we got our first 5 moves done. Now we're going to repeat them. You've done them once, so they're much more familiar the second time through. Bicep curl is up first. 40 seconds. Ready, and begin. Curl those weights up to the shoulder. Keep the upper portion of your arm in line with your torso, or you can think about your elbows, suction cupped into your sides, or think about your elbow being the fulcrum. I think that's what it's called in science. I don't remember. I think that's right though. 15 seconds left. Whatever you need to think about to do it is perfect. 3, 2, 1, stop. Good. We're back up to overhead tricep extension, 1 or 2 weights. Whatever you want to do. Send it overhead. A little premature here. We still have 5 seconds. Catch your breath. Ready, and begin. Bending at the elbows, sending that weight down behind the head, down to the neck. Only bending at the elbows and not sending our elbows out here. Keep them tucked in by your body. Halfway through. Three, 2, 1, stop. Very good. All right, both weights, if you don't have them, shoulder presses next. Think about that field goal, pushing up towards the ceiling, then back down to the field goal. Get ready for your shoulders to burn along with mine. Let's get ready and begin. Halfway. We're doing great. There's less than 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Fantastic. All right, we have our 2 left in our bent over position, hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knees. We're hinging at the hips just so we can have gravity work here against us. Arms are slightly out in front of us, and we're going to row it into our armpits. Join me when you're ready. Row those straight back. Halfway through. You're doing so great. And stop. Fantastic. We have one final move left, and then we get to stretch out our arms and drop those weights until next time. We have our lat fly, so we're going to be bent over again. Slight bend in the knees, hinge at the hips. Slight bend in the elbow. Fly it out to the side. Join me when you're ready. This is our last 40 seconds of work today. Then we get a stretch. Make this last one worth it. Give it all you got. Get a couple extra reps in there. Halfway through. So close. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Awesome. All right, let's begin with a shoulder stretch. Take that arm across the body with the other hand. Pull it even more across. Bring that shoulder down off of that ear. Take some deep breaths. We're going to hold each stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds. Good, let's switch. We want to hold those stretches a little bit longer because when you first stretch, your muscles freak out on you and they say, no, I don't want to do that. So they tighten up and they do the opposite of stretch. The longer you hold it there, eventually your muscles give in and then they relax, which actually allows you to stretch. So you're always going to want to stretch a little bit longer than what you feel like you should, because that's when you actually get to stretch your muscles. Good. Take one elbow above the head, pull it behind with the other hand. Get a tricep stretch. Good. Switch to the other side. Pull that elbow behind the other side. Good. Take those hands in front of you, clasp them, then rotate them, push them out. You can also push your shoulders and your head forward. So you gotta stretch through your upper back. Good. Then send your palm forward, fingers down, and pull your fingers down towards you. Good. Last one on the other side. Other palm is forward, fingers down. Pull them towards you. All right. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.